So I have the honor, you guys, of starting off the day with Social Media 101. And I'm very excited to talk about this because we're going to be just talking about the basics of how to show up on social media. As the day goes on, you're going to get more advanced training from some of the leaders that are going to get into how to master your message and storytelling and how to create content. So they're going to get into the weeds with you guys more, but I really want to start off the day with some basic just do's and don'ts of social media and giving you confidence to just show up. Does that sound good? Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. I got a few slides for you guys to put together that I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Boom. Okay, so Sarah gave me a nice intro, so I'm not going to introduce myself again. Hello, everybody. My name is Bec. Do you guys know who this guy is? Anyone know who this guy is? This weirdo in the Speedo? Yes, this is my husband, Jed, you guys. And you can see here on the left, he's rocking his Amare Speedo. And on the right, he's trying to talk to Hip Tran in his Amare Speedo. And you can see it all written on Hip's face, right? Hip's like, dude, get out of my face with your purple Speedo, okay? So what I love about this picture and my husband is that he's loud and proud, okay? Like he has no shame, he's loud and proud, he shows up and he brings it. So when we're thinking about social media and we're thinking about how we're showing up on social media, what I want to start out with you guys today is it doesn't matter if you do things perfectly. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. What really matters is that you're loud and proud, right? So the people that show up the most and are the loudest and the proudest about what it is that they do, they're the ones who are getting those leads, right? They're the ones who are making those sales. They're the ones who are making the connections, okay? Now, I don't know if Jed was really making a lot of friends around the pool in the Speedo, but I thought it was a good analogy. So I hope you guys get the point, but I want to hear from you guys today. How many of you guys are willing to come off of today's training louder and prouder about the company that you represent and who you are than you've ever been before? Okay, so let's make that deal with each other. Nothing else that we share today about the social media and what you should be doing and how to improve it matters if you decide to play small, right? If you decide to not speak up, if you decide to not use your voice, you can have all the skills in the world, you can learn all the tips in the world, it won't matter, okay? So loud and proud, baby. Let's dive into this. I told my husband, by the way, I was using his picture today. He's a good sport. He was like, oh, great. All right, so let's start things off with the very basics of picking your platform. So how many of you guys get like confused or overwhelmed with where do I start? Like, should I be on Facebook? Should I be on Instagram? Should I be on TikTok? Should I be on LinkedIn? I think that this is definitely something that throws people off. And when you feel like you have to be everywhere, it's really easy to do nothing. And we want to be loud and proud, right? We don't want to do nothing. So where should you start? So if you're just starting out with Amare, if you're just starting out on social media, I want you to pick the platform that you have the most influence on today. Okay, so what is that for you? Put it in the chat box. When I say the most influence, where do you have the most friends or followers, right? Where do you get the most engagement? Where do you find yourself naturally showing up the most? Okay, so wherever that is, that's where I want you to start. The reason for this is because this is where the people that already know, like you and like and trust you are hanging out. And eventually you're going to expand from there. But when you're just starting out, you don't want to go somewhere where nobody knows you and have conversations with nobody who knows you, right? You want to start somewhere where people know you, they already trust you. You can have conversations with people that already know you, so you can make mistakes where it's like cozy to make mistakes instead of making mistakes and learning with a totally cold market. Okay, so I want you to start with one platform. If you're not yet consistent on this one platform, start there, okay? I don't want you to go and try and master 3 platforms at the same time, okay? Now, if you're on here and you've already mastered one platform, right? So I see Pam Brill saying, working on TikTok, I'm sick of Facebook, and the, oh, you look so pretty comments. Okay, Pam Brill has been in this business for a few years, right? So she's mastered Facebook. She's going to start a new platform now. Okay, so once you've mastered this first platform, then it might be time to go and start a new one. Okay, so let's continue with this platform conversation. So for the year 2023, here's the ranking of social media platforms in ranking of where it is the easiest place to build a new following. Okay. And this list is very interesting and surprising to me. So TikTok is actually coming in as #1 for 2023. And we're going to have a training happening on this kickoff call about how to utilize TikTok. So you guys are in the right place. #2 is YouTube. Okay. Especially YouTube Shorts. #3 is Facebook making a massive comeback. And the reason for this is because of the introduction of Reels. Okay, so when Facebook introduced Reels, it brought the platform back. And it's now a place where you can build a new audience and you can meet new friends by using Reels. Okay, so Facebook is #3. #4 is Pinterest. #5 is LinkedIn. And coming in at #6 is Instagram. Okay, so this is very interesting. For many, many years, Instagram has kind of been the place to be. And it's falling down that list. It's becoming harder and harder to break through the noise on Instagram if you already don't have a following there. Okay. So this is not something that you need to follow to a T, right? Like if you love Instagram and that's the place where you want to build and you want to spend the most time, do it. Okay. If you love Facebook, do it. I wanted to share this with you guys though, so you know kind of where things are falling right now. And so that you don't feel pressure to show up somewhere because you think you have to. Okay. All right. Was this surprising to you guys? I'm kind of interested. Just put a surprised in the chat box if you're surprised by this list. Okay. Very, very cool. Okay. So next up in social media 101 is it doesn't matter what platform you're using. You need to set up your profile as if you are a professional and you are there to do business. Okay. So you are a network marketer. You use social media as a tool for business, right? So the first thing you want to do is make sure that whatever platform you're using, that you have a clean profile picture of you. Okay. It's not the place to have a picture of your kids. It's not the place to have a picture of your cat or dog. It's really a place for you to have your own picture. It's not a place for like a company logo. Okay. So the first thing I want everyone to do is to go to that platform that they're choosing as their main platform and change your profile picture. Okay. Find a good, clean picture of you. It doesn't have to be a professional headshot, you guys. Like this picture you see right here that I'm using on almost all my platforms right now is a picture that I took with a selfie stick in Las Vegas in a hotel room because there was a really good natural light on the window. And my girl, Chelsea Denby, has been teaching me to take pictures in front of windows. Okay. So make sure that you have a good, clear profile picture of you. When people land on your profile, you guys, this is the first thing people see, right? So it's really, really important real estate, and you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. The next thing you want to do is have one sentence describing what you do and how you help people, and keep it simple, you guys. Don't spend months trying to figure out what that sentence is and stop yourself from creating content. Okay. Keep it simple. You can save it anytime. You can change it up anytime. The point is that when somebody lands on your profile, you want them to see a clear picture of you and get an idea pretty quickly about who you are and what it is that you do, right? They want to decide almost immediately, like, is this somebody I want to follow? And that quick sentence of what it is that you do can help them decide whether you're somebody that you want to follow or not. Okay. The next thing you're going to have the option to do on all platforms is put a link. Okay. So what should you put in your link? It's a link where people can connect with you or buy from you. So you might want to put your favorite pack in the link with your $10 off code. The happy quiz is a great thing to put inside of your link. Maybe you have a Facebook group you run where you're trying to funnel people over to. If you're a little bit more advanced, maybe you have a funnel or an opt-in page, but you want to have some sort of a link, right, where you're taking people to connect with you further. You can use Linktree or Milkshake if you want to have a few different links in your profile. That's totally cool as well. Okay. So now your profile is set up in a way that you look like a professional. You're set up to collect leads. you're sharing with people what it is that you do, and you're ready to start creating content. Okay. We good so far? Give me some thumbs up, you guys, in the chat box if everyone's good. Okay, so let's get into now the mindset of a buyer on social media. So this is really, really crucial. When we're thinking about starting to post on social media, it's important that we understand what the mindset is of people that go on social media. So let me ask you a question. Who here goes on social media because they want to go shopping? Anyone? Lindsay goes on social media to go shopping. You're my kind of girl, Lindsay. I kind of go on social media to go shopping sometimes too, but most people don't. Okay. Like most people don't go on social media with the goal to shop. Okay. Most people are going on social media because they want to connect with you, but they want to connect with people. They want to be entertained. They're bored. They want to stalk people, right? They want to see what their like ex-boyfriend from high school is doing. That's why people go on social media. Now, they definitely get sucked in, right? From there, they get sucked in from there and they'll buy things. It's actually one of the #1 place where people buy things. And I think I saw in the chat box, some people actually follow people specifically for shopping tips, right? But if that's not your brand, okay, if you're not an influencer who's giving shopping tips every day, then most likely people aren't coming to your social media for your tips of what to buy, okay? So we've got to get in the mindset of why people are going on social media to begin with. So, you know, connection, stalking, right? Like learning something. People go on social media to learn. TikTok is now the biggest search engine out there. It's actually a bigger search engine than Google. So people are going on there to search things and learn things as well. So we want to keep that in mind when we're creating content. Okay, so what I want you guys to start thinking about is the difference between connecting versus advertising. Okay, so when you're in the mindset of using social media as a tool to advertise, what is happening in the mind of your potential buyer? So let me ask you a question. When you guys are watching TV, what do you do when a commercial comes on? Change the channel, pee, zone out, walk away, go to the bathroom, leave the room, mute it, fast forward, look at my phone, grab a snack, change the channel, right? So I want you guys to think about that in terms of when you go on social media and you just post a straight advertisement for Happy Juice, right? Like it's just a picture, a stock photo from the company of Happy Juice. It's $149. Here's my link to buy, right? People are going to do the same thing they do when they're watching commercials. They're going to scroll past it. Okay. Do you read the advertisements in magazines? Some people do, but I'm curious, do you read the advertisements in magazines, or do you go to the next page? Most people don't, right? Not really, not usually. So, depends on what it is sometimes, right? But that's not why you purchase the magazine usually, right? So you might end up buying something or scanning something, but you didn't pick up the magazine for the advertisement. You didn't turn on the TV for the commercial. Okay. What do you do with mailers when they come in the mail? Shred them, throw them in the trash, right? So you guys will notice that the majority of people are saying that they don't tune in to advertising. Okay. How do you feel when you get a text from a company and you never signed up for their text messages before? It's annoying, right? You block them. So we have to understand, you guys, what the mentality is of the average user that goes on social media. Okay. They're not going on there to be advertised to. They're going on there to learn something, to connect, right? So when it comes to creating content, and you're going to get way more of training on creating content throughout the day, Cassie Woods is going to go into this in great detail, but I want you to think about that mentality of the person that you are trying to sell to, right? You need to connect with them first. So what not to post, okay? Do not share other people's content on your feed, as an example. Okay, do not post company graphics on your feed. Use personal photos. Don't post links in your posts. Save them for stories, your profile link, or send them in private messenger. Don't post company promos with a graphic and a link to join. Don't post written posts without photos. Okay, so let me ask you a question. When you post, can you ask yourself, does this feel like an advertisement? Does this feel like the commercial people are going to fast forward through? Does this feel like the mailer that people are going to shred? Does this feel like the magazine ad that people are going to flip through quickly? Okay. If that's how you feel when you're posting, then I want you to check yourself and go, okay, I'm actually posting to advertise, and I'm not posting to connect. Okay. So let's talk about connecting. Connecting is building relationships with people. It's growing your network. People are more likely to buy from people they know, like, and trust. And the great thing about social media is that it's really, really easy to connect with new people and to build that know, like, and trust factor with them when you post in a way that creates connection. Okay. So what should you post? Well, talk about the benefits you're feeling from the products. Okay. Share results, yours and others, business and product. Tell your story. We're going to have a whole training today on how to tell your story. Okay. Share the journey that you're on, right? If you haven't yet arrived, like, I find that some people hold back from posting on social media because they're like, I don't really have a story yet. Like, I don't really have as great a story as Sarah, who has this amazing story. Doesn't matter, you guys, right? Like, people don't need to know that you came back from the dead in order to buy the products, right? They just want to know how it is that you are bettering your life, right? Like, what's the journey that you're on? Okay. Teach them something you're learning. You don't need to know everything to be a teacher. How many of you guys have learned something from Dr. Sean since you joined that you could share with your audience, right? How many of you have learned something today that you could share with your audience? Okay. Yes, people relate more to people that are learning and on a journey than they do to people who have arrived. Right? I always share this analogy, and I truly believe this. Who would you buy? Like, let's use weight loss as an example, because it's such an easy visual. Are you more likely to buy from somebody like a weight loss program from somebody that, as long as you've known them, has had 6-pack abs, or your neighbor who has lost 25 pounds in the last 2 months? Who are you more likely to buy from, right? Usually the person on the journey, that neighbor. So don't be afraid to be that person. You don't have to be an expert, just be that person. Share your beliefs, your non-negotiables, and what matters to you. Okay. That's how you call in your people. Okay. So the people that believe the way you do, right? Like, care about the things you do. When you post about it, even if it's going to like totally repel the wrong people, you guys, that's good. You're calling in the right people. Okay. Use good spacing in your posts. Okay. So you guys, this is 101. Okay. So what does that mean? When you see a big block of text, what does your brain do? What does your brain do? It goes into overwhelm. I'll come back to this later. So use good spacing, you guys. Press that return key twice between your words, okay? Especially on Facebook and Instagram. Use photos of you and your family, right? Like, you want to show people your life and the real of your life. You can use like happy juice graphics and things like that in your stories. That's fine. But like, on your feed, show your real life. Use short form video. Short form video is hot on every single platform right now. Use live video. Live video is still super effective on every single platform. Okay. Use words, phrases, and terms that the average person understands. So I want you guys to remember that you're not talking to people in Amare. It's a real, so again, you guys, it's about getting in the mind of the person that you're purchasing from. I mean, that you want to purchase from you. The person that you want to purchase from you doesn't know what metabiotics mean, right? They don't know what edge means. So how can you be more descriptive when you're talking about what it is that you do in a way that the average person is going to go, oh, I need that, right? I need that. So here are some examples for you that are Amare specific. Happy juice. It's pretty descriptive, guys, right? Happy juice basically says exactly what it is. Okay. My gut brain system or my gut brain protocol. Don't say fundamentals. Nobody knows what fundamentals is. Okay. Pixie stick that helps with meltdowns and focus. Okay. You could also say my kid's mood stick, by the way, you guys, that is descriptive. Quad biotic for weight loss, right? Nobody knows what GBX Fit is. I like to say the mental wellness company instead of Amare Global. It's our trademarked name of the mental wellness company, you guys, is so descriptive about what it is that we do. It draws people in. When you say Amare Global, it's just a name, right? It means to love. It's a cool name, like no shade at all, but the mental wellness company is descriptive. Okay. When you're talking about the business, use terms like affiliate marketing, influencer marketing, network marketing. So you guys, influencer marketing and affiliate marketing is hot right now. Every single Gen Zer on the planet wants to make money from their phone. Okay. So when you use language like this, you're actually appealing to the masses. You're appealing to the people that want to make money from their phone. So these are some simple tweaks that you guys can just start making in your language as you're making posts, right? So pay attention when you're crafting posts, read it through and put yourself in the mindset of the person you're trying to reach. Would I read this? Would I relate to this? Does this feel like an advertisement? And am I using native language, right? Like language that my potential person might understand, or am I using language that's going to make the entire Amare field go, yay, me too, right? You guys, that's not what we're here for. I love my Amare family and I love your support, but I'm not here to sell to you. You guys are already in the game. Okay, so use language that is native and relatable to the person that you're trying to call in. Show up daily, post 3 to 5 times a week on your feed. If you're using Facebook or Instagram, if you're using TikTok, you can go up to 3 a day or more. Post in your stories every single day. Comment on 3 people's posts or story every single day who are not in Amare to start building your contact list. Start conversations with 1 to 3 people a day who are not in Amare. All of this, you guys, is just as important as posting. Okay. When to post. There's no perfect time. It's going to be different for everyone. Just post. The only thing I would say is avoid posting late at night when everyone's sleeping. Okay. There is no perfect time. So remember, you guys, that when you connect consistently, people are more likely to do business with you. Okay, so show up to connect in all the different ways that we talked about. Here's what I want to leave you guys with. Okay, so at 8 a.m. this morning, I coached my daughter's basketball team, 4th and 5th graders. I was very grateful, you guys, that this started at 11 a.m. Eastern because my daughter was going to kill me if I missed the first game. A bunch of 4th and 5th graders, you guys, they are still traveling, right? Any basketball fans out here? They're still traveling, right? They still don't know all the rules. They're still learning the game. They still get on the court and they play. Okay. They still get on the court and they play. The ref blows his whistle. When they travel, he stops them and he says, can't walk with the ball. He doesn't turn it over. He gives it back to them. Okay. That's what we're all doing right now. You do not have to be perfect to start. I know that there's some perfectionists on here. Call yourself out, you guys. Put perfectionist in the chat box if you're a perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist, I know that you're like, that wasn't enough information back. I still can't post. I'm going to be frozen. She told me not to do something. Now I'm frozen, right? Stop it. You're only going to learn by getting in the game. Okay, you're only going to learn by trying things and learning what works and going to your upline and saying, what could I have done differently here? Okay, so what I want to leave you guys with today is you're going to get tons of training today on how to do things in this business, things that have worked for people. You've got to get in the game. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Bec. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're all talking on side chats because everyone's chats are blowing up with some of the best training that they have received in a long time. So really great job. So excited. I took lots and lots of fantastic notes as well. And I know you all did too. So again, just a huge thank you to Bec Sadek, our presidential diamond today.